Yeah, so we got this thing here, yeah, brown brisket in the plate.
Yeah, the mid-distance guys in the water doing a little circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take us through it?
Sure. We try and split up into groups of three as we go through. On the other side of the bulkhead there, we went through two different stations. One was with our green weights, about 5 pounds each. Just trying to do some underwater kicking with them, just make it a little bit more challenging. And then some quick catch on their skull with the weights, just force them to try and be fast as they're holding the weights, and then they drop them and go into a sprint 25, trying to get their hand speed up real high. Second station was bands, all resisted with the bands, just trying to get a good feel, a good rhythm as they're moving forward. They went from a cruise speed to some build, and then into some fast swim, but all resisted, just really trying to feel that strength and that power in their stroke. And then we also did it with their legs, with their as we kicked on a board, or the backstrokers did it with their hands out in front. And then down here we did 15-meter pool setup, which we'll start to do on a weekly basis here in not so much now, but as we move closer to December, then we'll go every week over here in the 15-meter course once a week. Ironically, the sprinters weren't in today. Today's their off day, so it's good for those middle distance guys to do it too, just to feel some speed in a short pool. Makes them really think about their turns, because they're right up on the wall right away and getting in and out of the turns fast, regardless of what stroke they're doing, and just feel some speed and power. So.
Talk about those the weights a little bit more. You're doing some kick with them. Is that a body position challenge? What's the challenge of the weights, other than the obvious that you're swimming with weights?
Yeah, when we did the underwater isn't really about body position. It's just about making it harder. But when they did it with one weight, they hold the weight in front, hands are in front, and they're trying to get their chin on the surface. And if they can keep their back on the surface as they're doing that, then one, it means they've got a pretty consistent leg drive, because if their legs aren't consistent behind them, then they're going to sink. But two, it really forces them to keep their body in line, because if they're weak at all in their core, they're not stable, then they're gonna sink and essentially be walking on the bottom. So that kick is all about body position and core strength, as is the other one where they had two weights, one in each hand, and they're trying to get their head down, not breathe very often, because if they breathe very often, again, they're just going to get into a bad body position. And it's not perfect, because that as it's pretty hard holding those weights in front, and their arms start to drop a little bit, and they start to breathe more often as they're tired coming off the underwater 25s. But it's not perfect every time, but it forces them to think about it.
Mm-hmm. I saw the guys just kind of got right into the pool and got right into the circuit. I know they came from the weight room, but you guys aren't afraid to just throw them right into some of that stuff with resistance and sprints and everything?
Yeah, no, they're warmed up from the weight room. They go through a whole warm-up in the weight room, and then they go through, obviously, their exercises, and so they're ready to go. And we're only in the water for an hour and 10 minutes or so, so we need to get right to it. If we spend a lot of time warming up, then we're not going to have as much time doing what we need to do. But they're already going, so getting into that explosive work is perfect at that point.